All right, all right, all right. What's good, y'all? So welcome. So J. Cole dropped the fall off, and boy, oh boy. All right. So what I gotta say is J. Cole took a separate J. Cole took a different route from what I thought he was gonna do. And I thought he was gonna come with it. I thought he was gonna bring it. I thought he was gonna talk about what happened throughout the beef or after, but he took a complete different route from what I thought. So it threw me off at first, but that's beside the point. And I felt like I expected a little more from J. Cole from this album. Um the way the fans kind of, was they was going crazy, but like, oh, J. Cole is coming, J. Cole is coming. So I expected J. Cole to come because I'm not a a big fan of J. Cole, but I was really excited about this album. He dropped his mixtape. I was like, okay, J. Cole is talking. He has some things to say. So I wanted to wait, just to be fair. I wanted to wait for the album just to hear the album to see what he was talking about. And to be honest with y'all, I kind of, I'm disappointed a bit. Yeah, I'm disappointed a bit because I don't know. I guess my expectation was like too high because I was really excited. I was like, oh damn, a J. Cole project. Finally. Maybe something I can get into. Because he's never been able to keep my interest long enough for me to be, you know, to listen to him like that. But I'm like, okay, I'm excited. He's coming. Oh my God. And plus, I like J. Cole. J. Cole can rap. Don't get me wrong. I like J. Cole. That's his best pocket. When he's rapping, he's good at it. That's what he does. I like that, right? So I'm thinking he's coming. If anything, I'm gonna be fair and I'm gonna say my piece. But with this album, The Fall Off is about almost 2 hours long. First off, it is way too long. About an hour and 40 plus minutes long. And it has 24 tracks on it. And to be honest with you, that album could have been cut down to like 15 tracks the most. I like a shorter album than a longer album because it's just way too long. And there was a lot of unnecessary tracks on that album that could have been left off. It would have been much, much better for him. Some of the tracks I did like. 2 6, he's rapping on that record. And like I said, that's not an issue for him. He's good at that. And who the F is you? The production on that, fire. I love that production on that record. What if? Now, what if is one of the better tracks on the album, and he kind of have a Tupac and Biggie scenario going on. I felt like he was trying to give us reincarnated by Kendrick Lamar, but I felt like because that's one of my favorite tracks because I love storytelling. And when you're gonna try to give me something like that, and I expected more, like I said, nonetheless, I love the record, but I felt like he fell flat because he really didn't really give me nothing. I guess he's trying to make them, in his sense, Biggie and Tupac, they apologize to each other. Like, it's cool. And but I wanted more. If you intended to give us that version, I wanted more. And and he does talk about his personal life, which I wanted to hear him talk about because I don't know too much about J. Cole. So I got an idea, I got a sense of his personal life. And I Love Her Again is a storytelling. It's really good with that. And he talks about his wife, his how should I put it? His Mr. Morale, right? He wasn't the most faithful guy. You know what I mean? And he had a lot of issues when it comes to that. Blah blah blah. But that's beside the point. So I felt like if you're gonna give us a Mr. Morale, I, again, I needed more. Like when it comes, I don't want to talk too much about Kendrick, but the difference between Kendrick and J. Cole, I'm feeling to connect with J. Cole is Kendrick can paint me a picture. He can like give the storytelling like sing about me, I'm Daniel Thirds from Good Kid Mad City. He can paint a picture and I can visualize the picture that he painted to me. And I felt to connect with J. Cole when it comes to that. Like he's not painting me the picture. I cannot see it. Yes, he's talking about it. Yes, I hear him, but I'm just okay. Maybe I'm saying maybe I'm not maybe I'm going too deep. Let me stop. Let me know. Maybe I'm looking too deep into it, but I feel like he's not bringing any emotions out of me. I want him to evoke the emotions. I want to feel what he's telling me, and I'm not connecting. I'm not feeling anything. And I went into this with an open mind because I wanted to hear what he had to say, and I wanted to feel what he was telling me. But I didn't get that. Um the album is okay, it's average. There wasn't no element of surprise. And to keep me engaged, to keep me interested, to keep me coming back to you, you gotta be able to give me something. I feel like the album kind of fell flat but for this album to be 10 years in the making, 10 whole years, a whole decade, and your supposedly last album at that, and that's what you're gonna give me? No. As a fan, maybe it works for a fan or a stan, but as a casual listener, that's not a last album. I'm going out with a bang. It just doesn't feel like that to me. Personal, just my personal opinion. And I wanted more from Cole. And Cole, one thing I love is the element of hip hop and R&B. And what I felt like Cole missed an opportunity was bringing in an R&B. Too many melodic rap. He had too many tracks. Bring in an R&B. A female voice will work so well in some of those records. Even a male R&B voice. Just a male singer or a female singer. It doesn't matter. I don't want J. Cole to be singing no hooks. That's not his pocket. That doesn't work well for him. He raps. That's his pocket. That's what works for him. And I felt like it was too much singing on this album. Like, goddamn. It is a 2 disc album, 29. He rapping from that point of his life, and then 39. And I believe the album could have been split into two, where he dropped he dropped the first disc, and then within a week or two he can drop the second disc. That would have worked, but that wasn't the case. And like I said, the album was just average, C plus. If anything, I would rate the album. I would say probably 6.8. Anywhere between 6.8. I don't know. Maybe I need to re-listen, sit on it, sleep on it, and re-listen. Maybe it might go up to a 7. I'm not sure. The storytelling and some of the, that works. Some of the tracks they works, but I feel like the production, the beats, is way too mellow. You need up tempo beats. He because he has that narrative of being a boring person. So with better beats, maybe they might work for him. I don't know. The album kind of fall flat for me. I'm kind of disappointed to be honest, because but let me stay on a positive note. He didn't really take it there where I thought he was gonna go, but nonetheless, he took the safe route. He took the peace route, and I'm cool with that. That's his choice, and I'm cool with that. But I expected more. So That's gonna be it for now. I'm gonna be listening just in case, if I miss anything. So y'all let me know. Did y'all listen to it yet? How y'all feel about it? Well, how would you rate the album? Y'all felt like that was his last go album? Y'all felt like he gave it his all, or he fell short? Let me know. All right, y'all. Until next time.